So I'm going to do something a little bit different. For all the Canucks fans that usually watch this channel, welcome. And all the Edmonton Oilers fans that are just watching this for the first time, hello, how's it going? I'm going to give you guys a neutral opinion on what I think about this whole McDavid contract extension. It's the talk of the town. Everybody's talking about it. And I thought it would be kind of cool just to give you guys a little bit of perspective as a Vancouver Canuck fan with this whole McDavid extension and what are my whole thoughts on everything. We're trying to get to 500 subs, so if you guys want to help out and get to that mark, that milestone mark, I would really appreciate it. And drop a like if you guys enjoy this video. All right, so basically, right off the bat, Elliot Friedman went out and he pretty much got everybody talking that they're nearing towards a contract extension with Connor Mcdavid. Originally, it broke that it was going to be around 2 years and around 14, 15 million, but are under that. But then they let it drop, man. It was a 2-year deal at 25 million. That's 12.5 million a year. So what do I think about all of this? Well, right off the bat, first of all, this tells everybody that McDavid, he's saying, who cares about my wallet? You know, he could make a hell of a lot more, $5-6 million more, no problem. He could pretty much got what he wanted if he wanted to get longer years, shorter years. But he's saying, no. I want to win. Now, it's obvious. Of course he wants to win. Everybody says he wants to win. Of course he wants to win. But this is literally saying, not only do I want to win, but I'm going to take a huge discount to let this management, which gets to my second point, and puts an incredible amount of pressure now on the Edmonton Oilers management to get this done and to put the best team in front of McDavid and Draisaitl. 100%. They have all the pressure. The pressure is, in my opinion, of course, McDavid's going to have his pressure, but the guy has been to the Cup Finals twice already. This is now on the management of the Oilers to really put together a good team for the next 2-3 years, because if they crash out or if they don't get their goal, I think McDavid's going to be leaving. I think that's pretty fair to say, not just from a Canucks fan, but Oilers fans have been mentioning that as well. Especially now that the deal was only 2 years, not 3 years, which was originally kind of expected. So it tightens that frame just a little bit. So what also does it mean? It means that they're going to go out, in my opinion, and trade. And they better go out and do everything. And that means every good prospect you have that is not NHL ready, you trade them. You trade them to improve this team. Cap dumps, you do it. You know, draft picks for the next 2-3 years, trade them. You got to do everything in your power to give McDavid and the Oilers the best opportunity to win in these next 3 years. And if it doesn't happen, well, then you go into a full rebound or rebuild, and you just move on, because this is it. Now, another really interesting thought here was, how is this going to affect the rest of the market? You know, Dan Riccio here was mentioning that McDavid taking a massive discount, but he just made every other star in the league look bad for wanting more market value. He said good luck to Jack Eichel and Kyle Connor trying to get paid after McDavid just nuked the market. Well, I'm kind of up and down on that. Like, yes, I do think it will have some effect, but I think if the superstar players want to get paid, especially if they're on teams that are desperate to have that superstar and can't let them leave, they're going to get paid. Also, NHL players in general have been underpaid for so long compared to the other sports leagues. You know, they live in a different world than you and I, right? They're not millionaires or anything, or we're not millionaires or anything like that. They live in a completely different world. So in that world, they're technically underpaid compared to a lot of these other sports markets. Does it affect the market? Well, Quinn Hughes has his contract coming up. Will affect Quinn Hughes signing? I don't know, man. Personally, I don't really think so. I think this is just a guy, a star player, a superstar, the best player in the game, going out and trying to do everything as possible for that team to win the cup. It's showing how unselfish Connor McDavid really is. It definitely got me a lot of more respect for the guy for going out and actually doing this. Like, this is a message beyond words, right? I don't think Jack Eichel and Kyle Connor now are going to be saying, like, Winnipeg needs Kyle Connor, in my opinion. Jack Eichel, sure, Vegas is, more prone to make big trades and moves and stuff, but I feel like I think they'll pay the guy regardless. Not whatever he wants, but pretty close to what he wants. I don't think it affects the market too heavily personally, but it's an interesting take here from Dan, and I appreciate it. So this McDavid signing, man, is fascinating. It puts so much pressure on the management, and again, with as a Vancouver Canucks fan, of course, it would have been hilarious if he went and he left. Honestly, but he would probably go to Toronto or something when people would be still pissed off, right? But yeah, that's kind of my take here. It's fascinating, and I still think Canucks are going to beat them every single day in the regular season. All right, thanks guys, bye.